Hello, 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 hello. My name is Nirvana, 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 Nirvana ASMR, and I'm doing my first YouTube video, and we're going to just see how this goes. I need a study partner and somebody to recite my notes to, so that I can go ahead and finish my degree. I'm getting a bachelor's degree in biology. Can't wait to be a barista, guys. Can't wait. So, tomorrow we have a biochemistry final exam. Yes, it is finals week. The grind is real, and yes, we're doing like a final review, if you will. That is my dog. This is my pet dog. She's a chihuahua. Her name is Pepper. 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 Do you have anything to say to the people, Pepper? I don't think she has anything to say. She is probably hungry, and I should probably figure that out. But I will after this. So, we're starting our review off with some of the first things we learned in the semester being amino acids. Amino acids, acids, acids. Okay. This will be up in a future video of me installing press-on nails, so we can look cute on a budget, if you know what I mean. You low-key probably can't see these notes, but it's okay, guys. Just listen to a real one. Spout some logic on y'all, okay? Or logic, or like information. I don't know. Okay, guys, there are 20 amino acids in total, okay? 20. Okay. And they all vary in size, shape, charge, chemical reactivity, hydrogen bonding capacity, and hydrophobic characters. Okay. We categorize amino acids based on their side chains and or R groups that can be used interchangeably, and all of their physiological pH is at 7.4. Actually, sorry about that. 7.4. The amino acids, they can be sorted into 4 groups. Let's break it down, guys. 4 groups. Hydrophobic amino acids, there are 9 of those. Polar amino acids, there are 6 of those. Positively charged amino acids, there are 3 of those. Oh my god, so sorry. 3. And then there are negatively charged amino acids. There are 2 of those. Remember, guys, 9. Okay, we have 20 in. 9 amino acids for hydrophobic, 6 for polar, 3 for positive, 2 for negative. Okay, within the hydrophobic amino acids, their side chains are primarily hydrocarbon side chains, which are hydrophobic, meaning they repel water. They don't like water. Let's just say that. Hydrophobic equals they don't like water. Okay. And they tend to cluster together inside the protein, away from aqueous environments of the cell, obviously, because they don't like water. Yes. Now, the first and most simplest amino acid we have here is glycine. Okay, then we have alanine, then valine, then leucine, next then phenylaniline, 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 phenylaniline. Those are the non-polar, or hydrophobic amino acids. Next, we have polar amino acids. Okay, these amino acids have electronegative, negative side chains. Okay, their charges are neutral overall, yet they are still polar. Okay, the first one we have in this category is serine, then threonine, then tyrosine. The OH groups on these three amino acids they have hydroxyl groups. Okay, that's what the OH lets you know. The other three are cysteine, then asparagine, then glutamine. Next up, we have the positively charged, otherwise known as hydrophilic amino acids. These side chains are very hydrophilic. Meaning they like water. We have lysine, arginine, and histidine. These are basic. Then, when we are discussing the negatively charged amino acids, these amino acids have acidic side chains. And there are only, once again, two amino acids in this category, which are aspartate and glutamate, not to be confused with the polar amino acid glutamine. Okay, and if we go back up to the hydrophobic amino acids, you'll see a mnemonic here. In order to properly and effectively memorize them, I personally recommend the mnemonic Grandma Always Visits London in May for Winston's party. That is for hydrophobic amino acids. For polar amino acids, I use the mnemonic Santa's team crafts new quilts yearly. And then for positively charged and negatively charged, because there are so little of these, we'll combine them in a mnemonic called Dragons Eat Knights Riding Horses. Now, there's an elephant in the room. Why in the world is there the word dragons when there is no amino acid starting with the letter D? Well, this is because there are many amino acids with first letters that overlap, such as, for example, alanine and arginine. Both of these cannot be labeled under the letter A. You must differentiate them somehow. So there is a guide that you just simply, I guess, just have to memorize if I'm being honest. glycine, some of them are easy, and they do follow that first letter, and some of them are not. For example, glycine is a G, alanine is an A, valine is a V, leucine is an L, isoleucine is an I, methionine is an M, proline is a P. Okay, those are very normal abbreviations because it's simply, okay, those aren't abbreviations, but you know what I mean. And they're following the first letter. Here we have phenylalanine. I personally feel like this one's very easy to remember because phenol, everybody knows words like phone and stuff, and how it makes the sound of an F, but you use a PH. That's the same concept here. Phenylalanine is, we're just gonna say, abbreviated with the letter F. 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 I feel like that's a really good one. They hate that. But this one's kind of complicated here. Tryptophan is abbreviated with the letter W. 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 C. How are you going to remember that? That's why we have the mnemonic. Grandma always visits London in May for Winston's party. Winston is tryptophan. For serine, that's an easy one. S. Threonine. T. Tyrosine. So tyrosine is abbreviated with a Y, which is so it can be differentiated for tryptophan and threonine. It has a Y, so I just try to remember that tyrosine has a Y after the T, so they use the next letter. That's how I try to think of it. Cysteine is easy with a C. Now another one, asparagine. We can't use the letter A again, so there's an N. Honestly, I just had to buck up and remember that asparagine is abbreviated with an N. This is why we use the mnemonic, guys. I don't know. And glutamine is abbreviated with a Q. That's where Santa's team crafts new quilts yearly comes in. And then the positively charged and negatively charged amino acids. Lysine, arginine, and histidine. Lysine cannot be a repeat with leucine. That's abbreviated with the letter L. Lysine is abbreviated with the letter K. Arginine is abbreviated with the letter R. Histidine's easy, it keeps its H. Then the negatively charged side chains. We have aspartame. Obviously, cannot use an A again. So D is used as the abbreviation, and glutamate cannot hold G. So it is abbreviated with the letter E. Thus we have dragons eat, knights riding, horses. Sorry, that was probably a lot of information all at once. I think I went over all of that in like 13 minutes or so, and that's kind of a lot because, I don't know, but this is actually good review for me. Now that I think about it, great review. And then we get to the essential amino acids that are obtained from diet. We have two categories here: non-essential amino acids and amino acids. Amino acids cannot be generated by the body. Essential amino acids cannot be generated by the body. Non-essential amino acids are literally all of the other ones. Okay. In non-essential amino acids, we have alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartate, cysteine, glutamate, glycine, proline, serine, tyrosine, and glutamine. Oh my god, that scared me half to death. I thought I was getting Okay, for essential amino acids, we have histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. We have 11 in the non-essential category and 9 in the essential category. In order to remember these, for essential, we use the mnemonic. My tall, handsome vegan friend is watering kale leaves. My tall, handsome vegan friend is watering kale leaves. Those are for essential amino acids. For non-essential amino acids, we have almost all American girls go crazy after getting taken prom shopping. Almost all American girls go crazy after getting taken prom shopping. Guys, that was live, but that's basically a quick overview of, amino acids and how they're categorized. We can go over some other important parts of amino acids. Amino acids are chiral, meaning 4 different groups are bonded to the alpha carbon, and they exist in 2 mirror images, but they are non-superimposable forms called the L isomer and the D isomer. Only L isomers are found in the protein. All of the amino acids are chiral except for glycine, and almost all amino acids have an S configuration except cysteine. It is in the R configuration. Okay. L isomers is when the amino group is drawn on the left in the Fisher projection. D isomers is when the amino group is drawn on the right of the Fisher projection. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let's just, throw out a few extra facts at the end here. Amino acids have 2 groups on them, 2 of the most important groups on them, which makes them amino acids in the first place, which are NH3 and the amino group NH3 and the carboxyl group COO negative or COOH. These are, as I said earlier, they're both charged at 7.4 pH. 7 of the 20 amino acids have readily ionizable side chains that can form ionic bonds and donate or accept protons to make reactions. Those 7 amino acids are tyrosine, cysteine, arginine, lysine, histidine, aspartic, and glutamic acids. Okay, well, that is the amino acid review for my exam tomorrow. If you watched, thank you for watching, and in the comments, drop what major you are or what degree you graduated